Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hollywood Matt Connelly Live with Hollywood Matt Connelly doing the double biceps. It's in the contract and legal requirement every single time we appear on camera. My special guest today is a man with the best smile in all of arm wrestling. It is Utah's own Scott Evans. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hollywood.
So good to see you. I haven't spoken to you for a little while. We talked about this prior to the show about what we were going to talk about regarding the show that we were both part of with the World Series of Arm Wrestling and Greg Sharp and the house that we were in San Diego, and obviously that's where we met and we were able to have a lot of fun and do a lot of crazy things. So yes, we are being a little bit cautious about what we say about that because
we don't want our dad Greg Sharp to get mad at us.
Exactly right.
And we want another chance to maybe be on another season.
That would be nice. Yeah. I've already messaged Greg. I was like, if you need people for season 2, I'm like, I'm ready to go. So we got a few people in the comments.
I had the time of my life. I mean, I know we can't talk about a lot about it, but I'm going to say that was one of the best times of my entire life. I mean, it was like being in a house full of people that are just like me and like-minded. I mean, how much more fun could you have?
Yeah, absolutely. That was tremendous. So yeah, 10 of 9 of the best arm wrestlers in North America, and then me just somehow snuck in there as well.
You're a fantastic arm wrestler and a TV star, a movie star.
A TV star. Well, so,
no, you were made for the show, man.
I appreciate it. That's great. Well, you're the one with the moniker, the TV star, in your title today. Let me quickly say hello to everyone in the comments here. We've got Jody Chocolate Thunder Williams, who says it's almost showtime. It was just prior to us going live here. We've got the Drew, of course. The Drew 24 is in with the sunglasses, smiley face. Cobus Prinz, all the way from South Africa. He says it's in the contract, so show us. I did show you the double biceps. Siren French McGee from Adelaide in the SA Titans Club. She says, good afternoon. It's afternoon over here. It is nighttime where you are, but and a few people saying hello to each other. I do think you should be given some promo tease clips. Yeah, I'm sure that they will at some point, Drew, but just prior to it going live. And once those are out, obviously we can talk more about what's released and all that sort of thing. But at the moment, we're trying to keep it under wraps because we don't want anything to leak that shouldn't. Through the Fingers podcast is in as well. Great to see you guys. It could be Zach. It could be Brian. I'm not sure who it is. One of the guys that runs that account there.
Some of the coolest people in the world.
Yeah,
Jody
absolutely.
Williams, one of the coolest people in the whole world.
There he is, and he says that he's got some matches coming up. He's going against Louis Horvath on December the 6th and Easton McCormick on March the 21st. So
wow,
big things coming up for Jody Chocolate Thunder Williams.
All kinds of good stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. So tell us about your most recent foray in the world of arm wrestling. You had some left arm matches, is that right?
I've had mostly right arm matches. So my good arm is my right arm, but today it's not so good. It's out of commission for a minute. It's some forearm stuff going on from arm wrestling, of course. So I have a Brezink Cup tournament coming up this Saturday, November 8th. And I'm only going to be able to pull with my left. My left is maybe half as strong as my right. In the Brezink Cup over the years, I have placed both right and left, usually higher with my right arm. But recent stuff that I've accomplished was in Utah. They have something called the Utah Summer Games, which is one of the Utah state tournaments. I went undefeated right-handed in the supers, and then in the overalls, I went undefeated right-hand. So I got a couple certificates for that. A year ago, I went to Idaho State and went undefeated right and left in both. So a couple states. I've only been in the sport for 5 years. So, but I compete in every tournament I can get and super match I can get on.
That's fantastic. So tell us about the Brezink Cup. Is it an annual event? Obviously, John Brezink, is he involved in that, or it's just held in his honor kind of thing?
It's nowadays held in his honor. I was so lucky and blessed that the first one I went to when I started, he came. He was there. And he won, rightfully so. He won the tournament. It was awesome. And I got to meet him. So I was really lucky that I got to meet him and pull him and everything like that. And since then, I haven't seen him at a Brazilian Cup the last 4 years since then. He used to live here in Utah and train with us. He's now moved down to Arizona. But he flies back over here where I live to Utah a lot because his daughters and his grandchildren live here. So when he gets over here, he'll still come over and train with us. And if there's a tournament, he'll hit it. So we still see him.
Fantastic. We've got a question here from Brian Parliament. He says, you are out of Utah, Scott. Yes, I believe he is.
I am the Utah Scott. Yes. Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm that super heavyweight. Yeah. Uh-huh.
You've got rankings for state? Like, do you have a Utah state ranking?
Yeah. Yeah, and right now the Aries is the most accurate for that. In the supers right now, it would go Jordan Sill, Cody Merritt, Scott Evans.
Nice.
And then Robert Baxter just under me.
Oh, okay, yeah, great. Yeah. Well, I mean, you had a great battle with Cody Merritt a couple of months ago on right arm.
Yeah.
And we'd love to see that again with a bolted down table.
Yeah. That was. I'm 300 pounds. Cody's, I don't know, 350 to 380, somewhere in there. And when you have a table that's unbolted and you're giving everything you got, the table's just going to fly across the room. So, yeah, the next time we do a match, it's going to be with the bolted down table.
Yeah, it does make a big difference. And I've had it so many times at training matches and stuff where, the two guys just decide to have a impromptu match. And it's like a great, and especially if they're heavyweights and if you're reffing it, and all of a sudden the table is like they start like this and now they're like this. You're like, oh, and you're trying to hold the table still, and then somebody's putting their foot up against your hand, like yeah. It makes a big difference.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of Corey Miller's Aries. I think it's extremely accurate, and I understand that it is a rating, not a ranking, and I get that, but I still think it's pretty accurate. Because if you came over here to our state, that would kind of fall in accurate pecking order. So I really like that he's.
What is his? How does his work compared to the other ranking systems that are out there?
So Utah, and just I can only speak for Utah. Utah just started their own ranking, starting to follow other states, which I think is great. Well, they kind of started it out totally random in alphabetical order. Every 10 that they pick alphabetical. So it was, let's just put a list together and then everybody fight it out and get the list accurate. And I think I started on that list at number 7. I believe I started that list, and I might have went up one since they started that. And they started that like a month or 2 ago. So the Aries is really, really accurate, even though it's rated not a ranking, compared to what the ranking system currently is. The thing I like about a lot of other states, how they do it, is you could be at the bottom of the list or the middle of the list or somewhere on the list, and you could call out the number one guy. And if you beat the number one guy, you are now the number one guy. I like that. To be the man, you got to beat the man. Yeah. Well, in Utah, when they came out with this a couple months ago, their rule system is you can only call out one person above you at a time. And you have to travel to them and all this other stuff. So I hope that someday they change it to where you could just call out the number one or the number two. And if you beat them, I believe you earned that spot. If you could beat a number one guy, I think you should be the number one guy.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the way that I've set up our ranking systems for South Australia. It's like if as soon as whatever their ranking is, you could be 16, they could be 4. If you win, you're now number 4. They've dropped down to 5, and everyone else moves down 1.
Yeah, and then I've had people talk to me about their opinion on Aries, and they say, well, that shows really good for the people that compete a lot, and it shows not so good for the people that don't. And I remind them, you compete a lot. If you lose a lot, you go down, 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 down on your ratings. So just because you're competing a lot doesn't mean it throws you up top. When you're competing a lot, you still have to be winning more than you're losing to keep your rating high.
Yes.
So it is very accurate. So Corey Miller's system is very accurate.
Yeah. Who did you say was ranked number 1 at the moment?
Jordan Sill, somebody
yes.
that's been over to your island.
That's right. Yeah, Jordan, a nice guy. We had him at AWE2 here in Adelaide a couple of years back. He went against Lachlan Adair. But unfortunately for Jordan, Lachlan was able to get the win that time, but it's still great to meet him.
Yeah. Jordan is a demigod. He's so strong. It's just like he's not even human. I don't know. I haven't met many people like him.
Yeah.
and then Cody Spur Merritt, right there with him, my training partner, coach. Yeah. Right there, neck and neck with Jordan.
How did you get involved in arm wrestling? If it's only been 5 years.
Yeah. So one of my younger sons, Carter Evans, came to me and he said, "Dad, look at this. Is YouTube. Look at this. This is a real sport. Dad, you arm wrestle everybody all the time. It's a real sport." He's showing me WAL stuff. He showed me John Razink, Devin Larrett, and those guys, and I'm like, okay, now that I know it's a real sport, I got to sign up today. And I found out real quick that I was in the right place. I was in Utah with the best in the world, literally the best, some of the best in the world. I mean, I trained with Robert Baxter. I trained with Bob Brown. I trained with Cody Merritt. Sometimes John Brazik. Todd Zilla was living over here with us. I mean, the list goes on and on. Justin Green, David Wilson. Just the list is like there's something in the water over here. And if you drink it, you train, you be a good arm wrestler. I promise you. Utah's the place.
It is crazy to think that so many of the top elite guys in the world have come from your state.
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong. I am the first Utah Polar on your show.
I believe so, yeah.
I think so.
I think you are.
I've been watching your show for a long time, so.
Oh, I appreciate that. You're the only one. No.
No.
No, it's awesome. Yeah, it was fun when we got to the house and walked in to meet everybody because we didn't know who else was going to be on the show, and then the fact that a couple of people had actually seen the show, I was like, I was sort of blown away. I was really excited.
well, when I met you there, I'm like, hey, I'm actually one of the guys that comments on your stuff. You just don't know who I am, but I comment on all your shows.
That's awesome. So do you use your name or do you have a nickname on there?
No, it's under Scott Evans.
Oh, okay, great. There you go. Yeah. Awesome. So when you decided you're going to get into the sport of arm wrestling, what was the first step? Was there a training session you're able to go to?
Yeah. So the very first thing I did was I got on Facebook and I found Bob Brown and I found a guy named David Wilson that trains with him. I started messaging him and said, I immediately want to find a practice. He told me, he says, where do you live? And where you live, Justin Green lives right by you. And so I started the first couple of years training at Justin Green's house. Then after that, I've been going to Cody Merritt's house and training with Cody Merritt now.
Fantastic.
And when the owner of East versus West, Robert Baxter's in town, we get to train with Robert Baxter too.
I mean, he's a world champion himself, so you're surrounded by.
Times. Yeah, he's like a 9-time world champion. Yeah,
unbelievable.
And in my opinion, and I think a lot of guys would agree, he's the best with the strap.
Okay.
He's the best guy. If you want to learn how to use the strap, he's probably the best guy to teach you how to use the strap.
Wow.
And I'm a strap guy, so I'm really grateful to know the man.
Yeah. Didn't you say? Was it ref script? You don't like ref script because you can't cheat as much?
Because I can't cheat. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. And I cheat. I'm all about the setup. All about the setup. And in the setup, I'm cheating. I am cheating the whole time. Everybody in the world knows this. Everybody knows this. And so that's why I hate starting in the ref script, because I don't get to cheat. I have to start fair. I hate that. And I'd rather just start in the strap, to be honest. If I'm going to win or lose, it's going to be in the strap. Either way, it's going to be in the strap.
Yeah. So have you mastered the art of slipping?
I really have. I really have. It hurts really bad, but I've gotten really good at that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you ever get caught like when you in the first couple of years where you would slip, but you were slipping either under or like right near the pin pad, and they were calling it a pin?
Yes, many times. I've gotten called a loss for slipping in a losing position.
Yeah,
yeah.
What did you think of the WSA's rule that if the height, the pole that you've got to hold on to, if the slip occurs underneath between the height of the pole and the pin pad, if it occurs underneath there, then it's a loss. If it goes over the top, then it's a slip.
My personal opinion is all slips go to strap. That's my personal opinion. So that's my answer to your question. Is that there is no give me a loss for a slip or give him a loss for a slip. I want to arm wrestle, and I want to win or lose, getting pinned or pinning.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I don't want anybody to lose on fouls, not me or my opponent.
Yeah, it's so frustrating. Yeah, we saw that happen a lot with those stricter rule sets where people are in the setup, and it's like it's ref script, don't move, and then it's like, oh, not foul. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Somebody takes a deep breath. It's like foul.
Yep.
And you don't get to see a match.
You can't move.
Yeah. And what about some of the highlights of your career, moments where you're like, hey, I'm actually quite good at this? Was there a steep learning curve for you, or did you naturally sort of come into it quite strong?
I was the guy that was so dedicated because I was addicted immediately. That I was so dedicated that I started doing 2 practices a week where most people only do 1. I was doing 2, and as soon as I started doing 2, I started seeing me level up really fast at 2 practices a week. And I'm a table time guy. In the beginning, I was lucky enough to meet John Brzezinski and pick his brain and ask him, and he said, table time. If you want to be good at basketball, play basketball. You want to be good at arm wrestling, arm wrestle. It's not in the gym. It's good to lift weights in the gym. It's good to have a foundation of that kind of strength. But if you told me I could only go to the gym for my strength or have table time for my arm wrestling strength, I'm gonna pick table time every time.
Yeah. Were you able to recover fast enough, like when you first started?
No. I'm that guy that would lose sleep at night because my arms hurt so bad. I'm trying not to cry myself to sleep. My arms hurt so bad, and then dumb enough to show up every couple of days and do it again. and I think that's either you're gonna quit or you're gonna keep coming back because now you're getting good fast.
Yeah.
And I started getting pretty good pretty fast.
Nice. So was there a moment, like a tournament or a certain match that you had that you're like, I think that I could actually be really quite good at this?
Yes. And what's funny is in all my trophies, I do have first places and I do have second places. But when that moment happened, it was a third place, and it was at a John Brzezinski Cup. And the first place winner was Pavlo. The second place winner was Robert Baxter, and I was third. And I thought,
wow,
in this winner's circle, I'm okay. And there was a lot of people in the supers that day. It was a long, hard day. And so from that moment forward, I started noticing myself in winner's circles. Looking on one side is Jordan Sill, looking on one side is Cody Merritt, or you're standing there with those kind of guys that they're some of the best in the world. And if you're standing in first, second, or third with those guys, you're doing okay if you just started.
Oh, absolutely. How long into it was that? Like the first couple of years?
I started doing pretty good about 2.5 years in.
Nice.
2 to 2.5 years in when I really started to reach a new level.
Yeah. Yeah. How did you find your technique, like your style? Did you have to run through, learning, or did top roll come naturally to you?
So I have the answer. There's several teams that I train with. Several. When I very first started, I started at Justin Green's, and he does an open, sweeping, low hand top roll. So I was mimicking that for a long time. It works great for him, not so great for me. I found the posting top roll. I am a high knuckles, straight up and down posting as much as I could get. elbow at the front of the pad. And I know that I don't get that on the ready go. So on the ready go, where most people's elbows come back, you might see mine go forward to get the post. And in the blink of an eye, when I get the post, now my elbow's coming back. But I'm all about getting a straight up and down forearm posting top roll. And I learned that from Angela Miller, from a girl. I started going over to Angela and Patrick Miller's house on Sundays, adding another practice to the week. And she's like, have you ever watched Travis Bajan's videos? I said, yeah, I have. I've watched the Beast videos. She says, just try that. I started watching more of Travis's videos, and I started mimicking that. And that was the move that got me a lot more W's on the board, was the posting. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Do you have an inside game at all, or is it just if you get put there?
No, I have no inside game at all. I have long arms, and I use the leverage. I use the outside leverage, like a Matt Mask or something like that.
Yeah, I was about to bring up Matt Mask. I was just literally watching one of his matches, his match with Irakli. I was having a look at that earlier on left arm, and just that real high position like this is how he wants to start.
I love it. I love it because me and him pull a lot the same, and we both are very aggressively, over ecstatically happy when we win, and having a good time. And people that know me know I'm only going to act a little goofy and crazy just for the moment of pulling. Get a little bit of an adrenaline rush, act a little weird like that.
Yeah, well,
it's okay. It's okay.
I think it's fantastic. That's half the reason.
You got to offer the fans entertainment value, or they don't want to watch you. If you just watch two guys pulling and they have no expression or no yelling at each other or no nothing, I don't want to watch that match.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody does.
No, exactly. I mean, that's why I'll always watch Matt Masters matches, no matter what. Like, he could be going against Levan. I don't care. Like, I don't
care if the guy wins or loses. I want to watch his matches every time.
That's right. Yeah. Just the walkout is worth the money.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Yeah, seeing him come to the table and he's got the veins popping out of his neck and he looks like he's about to kill somebody, and it's like, holy crap,
Yeah. So one of the things about our sport that's awesome is the timing. Everything's about timing. When you have Brian Shaw, Eddie Hall, and those type of guys retiring the strongman and headed into our sport, each one of those guys already has multi-millions of followers. Now they're all automatically watching arm wrestling.
Yeah.
How wonderful is that? Just an overnight success.
Yeah, I mean, it really showed to me that there was that crossover aspect with Larry Wheels when he started getting involved in it. And, I think that he was behind King of the Table, or the formation of King of the Table to start with, for at least the first few events. And seeing his audience embrace arm wrestling and learn about it, and realize that it was a real sport with real technique, and it's not just about strength. I think that really helped enormously. And then obviously when you've got guys, the strongest guys in the world, Eddie Hall, Brian Shaw, getting up on the table and then facing each other, it just immediately builds in that interest for the audience. It's like the two strongest men in the world are going to arm wrestle. It's like, I want to see that no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. And that's going to help us. Definitely. It's going to help us.
Oh, for sure. We've got a question here from Dominic Lawrence, who says, what does Scott think he has to do to keep winning?
Have a good attitude. Learn from my losses. The only way to keep winning is every time you lose, train harder and get hungrier. Learn from your losses. And take your losses with integrity. Keep your head up.
Yeah, absolutely. What sort of training partner are you? Like, do you go in and are you letting people get positions, or are you someone that likes to just stonewall people? Or
what I like to do is find a guy that's stronger than me or as strong as me. I prefer somebody that's stronger than me, like Cody Merritt or Jordan Sill.
Yeah.
Because that's how I get stronger. Is trying to impose my will on somebody that's stronger than me, It helps me little by little get a little bit stronger each year. And I'm seeing results from that. So I told you I go to several different practices. I treat the different practices different. Some practices I go to and I will just do kind of light work, nothing too crazy. Some practices I'll do ready goes like we're at the tournament and do full blown hits. And then some places I'll go, just like I just said, pick the strongest guys and just try my hardest to just maintain the middle of the table.
Yeah. Is there anybody that you would love to train with that you haven't had the opportunity to yet?
Oh my gosh. You know how lucky I've been and blessed to train with not just the Utah best, but man, I've traveled and met and trained with a lot of people all over. So that's a very good question. Matt Mask. I have never, out of all of them, I've never trained with Matt.
That would be fun.
That would be somebody I'd like to spend a practice with.
Yeah, I mean, you'd both be trying to get that position.
Trying to get that knuckles up and trying to cheat, trying to get the cup and screaming and acting like a couple of crazy weirdos.
Yeah, I think he's up in Canada, isn't he?
He is. He's good, but he's good buddies with Devin.
Right. Yeah. Have you trained with Devin before?
I have. I put a couple of videos out. A long time ago, Devin. You could arm wrestle with Devin. Right now, the Devin that I just ran into the other day, I couldn't do anything with the guy. I couldn't move him. He just stonewalled. I couldn't do. The only time I barely moved him was I jumped into a shoulder press and barely moved him from center. Oh. The Devin that's walking around right now, he's crazy strong right now.
Yeah. He was out here in Australia last weekend, the weekend before. We had the Over the Top 2 tournament, and he didn't compete, but his family members did. But he did a lot of after pulling, and it just looked ridiculous. It was just letting everyone get on that spot, and he would just sit there, and then when he wanted to, he'd just roll over.
So recently, now that Robert Baxter took over owning East versus West, Devin is kind of Robert's sidekick, or maybe Robert is Devin's sidekick. Anyway, those two are always together. So what's cool about that is now Robert brings them over to Utah. So now we're seeing Devin come over to Utah. Well, I had a super match just recently in Utah against a guy named Cody Hunick. Devin was playing corner man for my opponent.
Oh.
Trying to take out of, it's funny. And I won 3-0. I won the super match 3-0, and I got a Thor's hammer. It was awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. Is that one of your favorite trophies that you've won?
They're all my favorite. They're all just wonderful. Yeah.
What about the very first one that you got?
The first one I got was an amateur. It was a novice, and it was Tactical Arms, which is Justin's team, and it was a really cool trophy. Tactical Arms has a scope from a rifle, sights, crosshairs in it, and then it says Tactical Arms. A funny thing about that team is that they have shirts that say "Practice wins matter," and I love that. I love that because if you go get a win on some big name at a practice, you get to claim, "Hey, look at how strong I am." My motto is practice losses don't matter.
Right. Yeah. It was funny when I was in India with Ryan Bowen, and we traveled around to lots of different clubs and met a whole bunch of people, and everyone wanted to get on the table, which was awesome. But then all they wanted to do was just get a clip of them beating us. That was all they cared about, was just they would give it everything on that hit, and if they got the pin, then they were satisfied. Yeah, I don't need to train anymore. Thanks for that.
Sounds like my YouTube channel.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, Jody Williams says that he has 2 of those shirts. Practice wins matter.
Practice wins matter. Yeah,
absolutely. He also said earlier about your comment on losing. He says, don't be afraid to lose. Less stressful, and you can go all out.
It's a part of it. Losing is a part of it, and always will be. No matter how much I hate it or you hate it, it's always going to be a part of the game.
Oh yeah, I mean that's one of the fun aspects of the sport is that people do lose, and you don't have that many undefeated champions. I mean, even at the top, we like to think that Levan is undefeated, but he has lost matches in the past, not for a long time, but
he used to lose a lot of matches. He used to, and those losses are what got him to where he's at today.
Exactly right.
Exactly.
Yeah. As Ryan Bowen likes to say, you got to seek out the losses, and once you've sought out all those losses, then you'll start to find the wins.
I do remember Ryan saying that on a video.
I do. Yeah. What about the attitude of people that they don't want to compete in a tournament because of the class of the other competitors, and they'll say, well, there's no point me entering because that guy's obviously going to win. It's like, to me, that's always frustrating, because it's like, why don't you just go? You never know what's going to happen.
I totally frown upon that attitude. I frown upon that attitude. You should be completely and totally fearless in this game, because you're never going to find out how good you are or you aren't unless you try. And just because you might walk up to the table to one of the elites today and he beat you right today, keep training, come back, and one day you might beat him. Yeah. And that happens. I see it happen. I see people that never give up come back and beat him on another day. So, yeah, don't be afraid of anybody. Don't be afraid of anybody. Arm wrestle everybody.
Yeah, for sure. Jody Williams says, I say that because if you're in this sport long enough, you will take a loss. It's okay.
It is okay. It is okay. I've taken many losses. I just try to keep the wins more than the losses. I try to keep the more than the equals. One of my favorite things is when you meet somebody and you say that you're into arm wrestling, and then they say, I've never lost at arm wrestling before. Yeah, Bob Brown says something about that. He says if they say that to you, then they've never ever ran into a real arm wrestler or somebody.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I've never lost an arm wrestle. It's like, okay, well, you're about to.
you're about to. Yeah, you're about to. Well, it's the same thing. So there could be a little guy that's like 150 pounds, but if he trains every day or every week or all year for fighting, he's gonna kick my butt because I don't. It doesn't matter how big I am. Same thing with arm wrestling. Us that train all the time for this, and the guy off the street wants to get on the table, he's gonna lose every time.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. So we've got the Brzezinski Cup coming up for you this Saturday. So you'll be competing on left arm in the super heavyweight division. How do you think you'll go in that?
I'm feeling confident. I tell you, and everybody knows this, my left arm is not my moneymaker. Sometimes I place with it and I'm surprised. Those days that I place with it, I go, how'd I do that? I don't know. I had a lucky day. Right now, because my right arm's out of commission, I am telling myself that my left is awesome. I'm telling myself that it is strong and that it is good and that it's going to win. I'm going to manifest it. Law of attraction, I'm going to believe it. And I will let you know at the end of the day, Saturday, if it really was as strong as I say it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Who's your chief competition in the tournament?
Usually, especially left, would be Cody Merritt, but he's going to be absent. He's going on an elk hunt, so Cody Merritt won't be there. Now Jordan Still sometimes, even though he's not a super, he'll pull up in the supers a lot. So I might have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm not really worried.
Wow. Okay. Fantastic. I guess we'll find out on Saturday. The other holding the peg with the injured arm, is that an issue at all?
I'm going to find out. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. I haven't been pulling since I got injured. I just have been just trying not to do anything with it.
Yeah. It must be frustrating. What's the recovery time frame, do you think, for that?
I'm frustrated because it seems like it's going to take a long time. It's been injured for about a month, and it's not seeming to start to heal yet. Now, I think that could be my fault. I've been trying to push it and trying to hammer curl and trying to lift and trying to pull bands with it when I should probably just leave it alone. Leave it alone. And so it might have already started healing if I would have left it alone. Now I'm to the point where I'm so frustrated and having anxiety about not being able to use it that I'm just going to leave it alone and see if it starts healing. It could be a couple months. I really don't know.
Yeah. Well, you said it was more tendon or ligament as opposed to
it's muscle. It's muscle and ligament tear. Yeah.
Oh.
So the X-rays showed the bones were totally good. I thought I cracked a bone. I didn't. So it's ligament and muscle tear.
Okay.
Like the brachialis. So the way that I pull is as opposed to top roller, I pull in a hammer curl straight back to my face. And I use a lot of that riser muscle, which is called that brachialis, that runs like kind of on a 45 on the top of your forearm. That entire thing is destroyed right now. I can't do a hammer curl. I've been trying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about drinking beers? Does that affect that or?
No, I can still drink a Monster.
Oh, look at that! There you go. Well, that's all you needed.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic! All right, well, we might look at wrapping it up there, but it's been an absolute pleasure and a privilege to have you on the show and to be able to talk to you again. I haven't seen you for a little while.
Yeah, it's so good to see you, and thank you. I want you to know that I appreciate this opportunity, and I'm so grateful. Thanks, Matt.
It's been great. No worries at all. And we'll look out for Scott this weekend at the John Brasink Classic event in Utah. And on the left arm, super heavyweights. We'll see if you're able to get the biscuits for that. And good luck for this weekend, my friend.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Cheers, guys.
See ya.